Discount Podcast.
Welcome in, you cheap beggars, to Discount, the bargain bin gaming podcast hosted by three people so cheap you'd think we were chocolate chicks hatching out of Easter eggs ourselves.
The voice that came out, it was
Little
weird.
cheats. I'm one of your hosts. My name's Josh. I'm plugging into player 2.
I'm Darren, hello, and spending an extra £20 for the Steelbook and then keeping the original box as well, just in case.
It's me, it's Cerys. I'm so sorry. I was laughing then because I had literal
Flashbacks?
PTSD flashbacks of...
Just me struggling to say the intro. It's because there's a lot of bees there.
There is.
A lot of bees. It's very easy to
like a
slip over.
hive.
It's a good thing you're not allergic.
Yes, thank you guys. Good joke.
Same
between
joke
the
from
two of you.
different
I
angles.
liked it.
Good stuff.
Well done. Yes, well, we're here, we're back. It's spring, bees are everywhere.
They are. Yeah.
And yeah, we're ready. It's March. We've got some fun, non-fighting stuff for us. It's just like our little chill free plays and freebies. Not fighting, free plays and free plays. Loads of Fs today.
Also,
Jesus Christ.
it's also not chill. It's warm as fuck today.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
going to say, it's fucking sunny.
I
Yeah,
know.
what happened?
In Wales.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, enjoy it. We got 3 days of this and then back to rain forever.
yeah.
Josh is praying because we're going to a wedding on Friday and he's literally in all black and he was
Nice.
like, I'm going to die if it's like this.
Funeral attire.
Funeral
I like it.
attire for it, yeah, for a wedding. That's the
Yeah.
idea. Full black, because, you know, death of freedom.
Yeah.
Whoa! Rewind!
Fast forward.
Reverse.
Reverse.
So yeah, what we do here is we normally have a fight episode, but that's not today. We're having our freebies and freebies, and what we'll do here is discuss the news, what we've been playing, what game releases have been, you know, how PlayStation Plus was, and what we're looking forward to in the month of April.
Yeah.
So that means one thing first, to get really excited about Cerys.
April, fuck yeah!
Halfway through a fucking coffee, and this is the first time it's been sunny, and I've felt
So-
like,
For those who don't know, Cerys is a plant.
Yeah.
I am a plant.
Photosynthesis is real,
The
boys.
sun really makes me happy.
Cool.
Yep, she likes not daddies, she likes sons.
Sons.
I do like daddies.
Okay, thank you. So news. Should we jump into the
Okay,
news?
News.
News of the month. It's been a weird month for news. I'd say there's nothing been too big in, like, you know, developer news. There hasn't been, like, you know, Sony or Microsoft or, you know what, there's a big merger or, you know what, we're gonna fucking launch the next console or anything like that. I don't know. It's just been a bit of a quieter
It's
month.
like
Yeah.
a couple months ago, everything went out in terms of like showcases and that, and now we're just sort of living with the aftermath of that before the next showcase can come.
We do tend to go through those cycles, though, don't we? They tend to pick months where, like, all of the news is going to come out at once, and then there's a dip, and then there's more, and then there's a dip. So
It's typically like sort of Q1, Q2, Q3. There'll be like
Yeah.
a big showcase, and then you have the downturn of little
Definitely.
things coming out.
I mean, it's beginning of the year. Get everyone excited for what's happening this year. Then we'll get something, just before summer where they give a couple of blockbusters, and then we get the Christmas
Yeah.
craziness.
Yeah.
So, I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, quiet month, so we're going to look at some little bits of gaming news. Should we start with games or games in media, like TV and film? Let's go for TV and film.
Yeah.
'cause- So, two big news here, but we'll do with Cerys' one first.
Oh,
one that she's most
yes!
excited for.
Okay, so obviously the Barbie movie was like a big thing last year, and Margot Robbie has now come out and said that there's a Sims movie in the works.
Well, she's going to produce it. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's actually started or anything's there,
Yeah,
but they are.
she wants one. I'm pretty excited about it. There's a lot of talk online from a lot of people being like, oh, what the fuck would that be about?
Yeah.
I
If
very much
you
said that to
are
Paris.
someone like myself who has played The Sims a lot, you know that game is stacked full of fucking crazy lore, and there's stuff about the goth family, there's stuff about the crumple bottoms, there's stuff about like there's families with shit tons of absolutely nuts lore, and someone made a really good point on TikTok and was like, how funny would this be? Because obviously there's a lot in the goth family about like wives disappearing, and that there's a lot of underhanded kind of dark stuff in that family. Would it be really funny if the Sims movie actually turned out to be like a total subversion of the horror genre? And
That'd be great.
Like, I think it's going to be really cool. I love Margot Robbie anyway. The only thing that I'm a little bit about is that I'm a little bit skeptical that I don't want the kind of gaming films to turn into another Marvel thing. Do you know what I mean? Where it's like...
I mean, they've tried to put games in films for ages, and it normally falls flat, doesn't it? I mean, the only recent success I can think of is probably Uncharted as a film.
Yeah, like
but
it still was lukewarm.
Because gamers didn't like it. The gamers didn't like it, but non-gamers enjoyed it, which you find happens a fair amount. I mean, there's meant to be an Until Dawn film coming out soon, but that I think lends itself more.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the Mario movie was pretty successful recently.
Yeah, Mario, Sonic. I mean, animated ones is a bit different though, isn't it?
I do think there's a lot of potential for cool stuff to happen with that.
I've already said with Sims they should do it all in Simlish and then nominate it for best foreign language film.
Oh my god.
Amazing. I love that, yeah.
My other option is you start with the beginning of Citizen Kane where it falls out and they say Rosebud and then someone types it in to get infinite money.
Good.
At the beginning of the
Very
Sims
good.
movie.
Honestly, I ruined The Sims with the cheats though, because I realized that once you do the Rosebud and you have like all that money and you make the big house and stuff, there's fuck all else to do.
Yeah.
Because you've done everything.
Yeah, I'm hoping it takes like a Lego Movie approach, but a bit more sort of on the nose with it. Like the Lego Movie had the Lego world, and it turned out it was the guy building it, and it was all sort of an idea of growing up.
Just hoping that this isn't going to be Margot Robbie in a computer, like playing this in.
Yeah, but I like it being the idea of the creepy concept of her world doesn't quite make sense because like furniture appears and disappears at random, but no one delivers it. Like she goes to work, but she doesn't remember work. Yeah, she's just gone.
The only thing that I have with that is that, and this is the other issue potentially I have with it, is if they don't go down the law route and they go down that route, it is very similar to the concept of the Barbie movie, where it's like, she realizes that someone in the real world has to play with her, and then she goes into the...
It's all going to...
Talk about typecasting, right?
Completely on the script. It's going to be completely on the director. Those are the two things that's going to matter for it. It'll be interesting to see what happens with that. But we do have an actual thing coming out from a game, which is Fallout. Is coming out next month. When this comes out, April. I think it's April 11th. And all of the episodes are going to go at once on Amazon Prime, and the trailer was hopeful. I thought it looked good.
Yeah.
And then the creator said, "I don't care about the gamers," and you're like, "What?
Why would you make it then?
Why would you make it? It's just for those gamers." So again, it's another like, is it going to work? Is it not going to work? I know a lot of people are concerned because of the Lord of the Rings. They weren't happy with that.
Yeah.
But that's because people like to be angry about stuff.
Yeah. People didn't like the Lord of the Rings one. They didn't like the later parts of The Witcher after it started not giving a shit about the lore. People, from what I've heard, aren't really huge on the Halo TV show.
No.
Because it keeps straying from what made the games good.
Yeah, it's now caught up to where the games are, but they've done all sorts of things, like Master Chief having a good old fuck and, taking his helmet off and stuff like that. Which...
Having a good old fuck!
I mean, really, can not most adaptations be improved by a good old fuck?
Apparently not. That's what the current complaints are. There's too much sex in films.
Right.
Prudes.
But yeah, so that's coming out. I'm looking forward to that. And also a weird one I've just remembered off the top of this, talking about film TV. Among Us is getting an animated TV series. They've announced the cast. I think it's like Randall Park's in
really
there.
Really good, yeah.
Yvette Nicole Brown's in there. But why is the real question? Why are they making an Among Us TV show?
I don't know. I think it'd be quite interesting.
Watch it. I like the idea. It's going to be like a murder mystery thing, but animated with these little things. It's going to be pretty quite cheap to make, so I can sort of see.
Yeah.
I like it as the idea of you just have each episode and then like events happen. It's sort of like a slice of life thing, and then they vote someone off at the end because they find another body.
Survivor.
Yeah, it's basically Survivor, but in the context of Among Us. I think that'd be a lot of fun. You put it on like a comedy edge.
Yeah, that would be cool.
The cast they've got is more comedy leaning, so hopefully it will be this sort of like tongue-in-cheek poker fun, because you can do like odd weird like back episodes where it's someone's whole life up to this point for no reason, so it could be fun. Obviously with TV and games and film, there's always a mixture of media, and we've got things like South Park obviously making their own games. and they're talking about how their TV episodes are going to be sort of the content from that are going to show up in their game, Snow Day.
I think this
within
is
2 weeks.
super cool.
I don't know how they're going to do it so quickly. Because this isn't the same as like the South Park Stick of Truth games or the Fresh But Whole games. Because I mean, it's a continuation because it's still, hey, new kid, we got to do this.
Yeah.
But it's not the 2D style that we associate with South Park. They're doing the 3D old school Snow Day one, which is going to be harder to make, I'd have thought.
Yeah.
Sort of.
It's not pick and drop, is it?
Yeah, I would think it probably takes a bit more work to make up the assets and like put it together, but it's also probably much less like rigidly story focused. So you could just pick up shit and put it in. Like I don't know what kind of game it is. Is it just like a?
You can play up to teams of 4 go around completing like quests to do. It looks like it's gonna be quite fun. It's gonna be like, I'm not gonna say it's like the Helldivers thing, but it's that idea of that cheaper game where a group of people can go in and just have a stupid fun.
So you could easily add. It's sort of like the fucking Payday DLCs. Then you just make a self-contained mission and set of items, drop it in the game. And go,
I mean,
cool.
they didn't say how much is going to be in there. It might be that, this time Randy's wearing a fucking hat, so you can buy the hat 2 weeks later. We don't know, but I think that's quite cool that they're going to do
like that. Keeps up to date.
Yeah.
Which I'm looking forward to. That's launching just at the end of this month, so I'll be looking forward to see what that looks like next month. But yeah, those are sort of like little bits for TV and film. But in regards to actual games, quite quiet. I mean, there was some big news realistically from the biggest breakout game of last year.
Everyone's favourite game, Baldur's Gate 3.
Yep.
That's it.
That's it, no more.
There's no more Baldur's Gate 3. Sorry, everyone. They basically came out and said they're not going to make another Baldur's Gate. They're not going to make any DLC for this. They're going to work on something else.
Yeah.
Which I think is absolutely fine.
Well, they started making a DLC and they said they just felt like their heart wasn't in it. It was just like they were doing it for the sake of doing it.
So like everyone celebrated when it got cancelled.
But that's a legitimate reason to not put something out. I think there's something really respectful about going, actually, do you know what? I know we could make a lot of money off this, but it's just not good.
Wouldn't it be nice if more studios did this?
Yeah, there's a lot of content that sort of soulless exists for the sake of existing. And they went, no, we're going to do something else.
And I think it's actually quite sensible because if you think about it, the amount of people that really enjoyed Baldur's Gate you'd be able to tell from the DLC that it was soulless if people were really so into it. You know what I mean? I've never played it, so I can't. But it sounds like people connected with it.
I've played a bit of it, and it's clear there's a lot of heart in it.
Yeah.
And if you then had it, and it felt like there was less effort, less care put in, you'd feel it.
Oh, and to clarify that it's not saying there's no Baldur's Gate 4, it's just they won't be making Baldur's Gate 4.
They're currently working on a sci-fi game.
Yeah, which looks, I mean, let's hope it goes well. Let's hope they don't do another Starfront.
If they make
Starfield, sorry.
Imagine if they just made Shadowrun.
I don't know Shadowrun.
It's like a cyberpunk sci-fi like DLC. Not DLC, D&D thing.
That is, you've said
so if they just made a Shadowrun game, that'd be sick.
Let's do it.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Let's get another one like that, big character focus, do that. I'm excited for it. And they're also releasing their physical editions are now coming. I got my email saying that, hey, if you're on PC, it's coming soon. If you're on console, it's going to be a little bit longer. And if you're on Xbox, prepare for 4 discs.
Yeah.
Because you cannot handle us.
Yeah. I like multi-disc games coming back. I think that's very funny.
4 discs is insane.
Oh, you weren't kidding? That's not a joke.
4 discs.
Oh shit! Okay.
We were expecting 2 or 3, but 4 for Xbox.
Oh my god! I thought you were being hyperbolic.
No, like things back in the day, like old PS1 RPGs used to come on 4 discs.
Oh, Final Fantasy 8 was 4 discs.
Yeah. On the 360, I think Final Fantasy 13 was 3 discs at least.
I can't remember what game. I had a couple of games that were like 3 discs.
Cyberpunk was 2 recently.
Cyberpunk was 2,
it's fun. I always enjoyed opening those boxes. You got these little flappy windows.
Yes.
Oh my god! I completely forgot about
It's
separate
great.
discs on PS1. Man, that's really nostalgic.
But also on the topic of DLC and Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy 16 got DLC announced.
Nice.
More of it. It's actual story content, and they're adding more sort of because they had a couple of very small DLCs come out. Might just be the one where they had a sort of battle challenges and a little bit extra and whatever.
Are they going to complete these DLCs though?
We'll see.
Because they've cancelled them in the past.
Yeah, but this is like a proper story-focused one. It's got more of the icon fights. It's got more content. They're apparently adding more to the ending.
Oh, good.
Because the ending of 16 is very, like, ambiguous.
Right.
It just sort of cuts off, and then that's the end.
Then you've got, like, can you just free roam after the game?
Yeah,
so
but you've got, like, more content coming in. I think you said they're adding some extra like content in amongst it, because a lot of people complained that the side quests are a bit dry and the pacing is a bit weird. And I think they might be trying to sort of correct some of that, either in the story or in the DLC especially.
That's something I've always wanted in DLC, to come in and it be present through the entire game, rather than going, you got this DLC, you've already completed the game, go off and just do this one quest.
Yeah.
And okay, I'm in a different world. I'd rather go, oh, hey, replay the game, and you're going to feel it's going to be a different story. It's going to feel more full. And
You
you're
patch up bits in it, but that's coming out next month.
Nice, that's
That
good.
got, like,
shockingly quick.
Yeah, dropped in it when like, oh, April 18th, it's out. We're like, oh, fucking hell, cool.
That is fun. So just a few other little bits. Max Payne, we're getting full remakes of Max Payne 1 and 2. Hooray, they're amazing. It's got the same budget as Alan Wake 2.
That's amazing.
I'm shocked that it's getting the same budget, because I don't think Alan Wake 2 is actually making them any money, really, at the moment. I think they're like they've broken even. So
Well, they had financial reports come out, and apparently they had a bad few months, but they're looking okay now.
they're looking okay now, good. Which is probably why they've gone, hey, do this.
Yeah.
And I think Max Payne is going to get a lot more in, because people have the nostalgia with it, so that'll be fun. Other bits, Battlefront, Rugby launch.
Oh, bad launch.
Everyone was excited for it to come, because it was like, hey, it's coming out in 2 weeks' time, and then it maybe we should have given it a bit longer.
Yeah, I think it launched with
So
three
why was it rugby?
So it launched with 3 servers active, so no one could play it.
Yep.
Oh.
They used modder content after saying they wouldn't, and then didn't credit the guy.
Yep.
Oh, that sucks.
My
Okay.
my favourite one. These are 2 PS2 games that between them I think took up 12 gigs. Why is the game 70 gigs?
It's just
Oh my God.
stupid.
Asper, if you're listening, why is the game 7? Where did you find that extra 50 gigs?
It doesn't make sense.
Where have you hidden it?
But I've not heard some people got it, and then I've heard nothing about it. It's just gone dead immediately.
Like the reviews of it are fine.
Yeah.
So apparently it's just Battlefront.
Oh.
Like it's fun.
Yeah.
Because it's still Battlefront.
Yeah.
If you liked Battlefront, you will continue to like this. But
It's not what everyone was hoping it would be.
and also like the way it launched makes no sense.
No.
Why were any of these problems here?
Yeah, that's fair enough. Last 3 points, I've got Dragon Dogma came out. It's now Capcom's biggest ever concurrent
Everyone's
streaming
playing
thing.
it.
Even though people will be like, I don't know about this game. Everyone's playing
playing
it. Hamlet was staged in GTA 5. Someone did an entire version of Hamlet within GTA 5, as you can. And
I'm shocked it took them this long.
there's going to be a documentary about it. That's the
Amazing.
big thing. They're making a documentary about that, which will be funny.
That's insane. I'm an English teacher. I have never ever thought that Shakespeare and gaming would cross over in this way in this podcast.
I think it should be like an assignment.
Assignment, yeah.
Just like portray the story of this Shakespeare in a completely different medium.
Yeah.
And just see how you could do
Build
it.
one set in Minecraft.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
And like have people come on and read the lines.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
And last thing is Xbox released a special edition console. It was a SpongeBob console.
Hell yeah.
I think it was around $799.
Worth
it.
I might be wrong.
Worth it.
And
It was
people
fucking great.
went crazy for it.
Course they did.
It's crap though. But they released.
It's an Xbox.
Did you see it, Darren?
No, I'm joking. I can't
That is the
pretty good.
picture of it.
That's hysterical. What the fuck? I love that.
The only thing I liked was
I quite like the controller.
the controller was the one thing I liked.
Yeah,
but it's like
that's quite
different
nice.
faces on there, but I'm not having a SpongeBob
Oh, that's fucking
in
funny
there.
though.
That's fucking great.
I love
it's
it.
so good.
But it was US only, but just
grim.
one of those weird ones. $699,
Incredible.
which is $200 more expensive than a standard one for essentially a sticker.
Yeah. And no one doesn't look like SpongeBob. Worth every penny.
But yeah,
Cent.
that is the news of March. Not much, but who cares? Because guess what? Everyone went crazy for gaming in March.
We did.
So
Got games.
should we look into what you've been playing? What have we been playing? What has everyone been playing? Anyone want to open up first and go for things? Rather than looking at new releases, because we've got 3 big new releases to talk about, is there any sort of games you want to sort of talk about outside of big games?
I'll go. Mine's short and sweet. After Darren's gonna laugh at me. After streaming and actually really enjoying it, right? Don't get your hopes up that this is going to be like a new era of like Souls games. But Darren, put those eyes away.
What did you play, Karis?
I've been playing Code Vein.
Yeah! That game's fucking great.
I'm having a lot of fun.
It's really good.
It is really stupidly satisfying. On stream the other day when I beat that boss, I was like,
it's a feeling.
Yeah. This is a satisfaction that I have not felt in a game in a long time.
That first Souls boss will mess you up.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's that little dopamine drip of going,
God,
oh,
it's
I've
like
done
crack.
it. Yeah.
You
It's
seek
like
that
crack.
high for the rest of your life.
I remember beating the cleric beast for the first time in Bloodborne, and fuck me, I was like, yep, this is for me.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, maybe it'll put me onto more Souls games. Who knows? But you fucking knew that I was going to be into that game as soon as I saw the character creation. Anyway.
Hell yeah.
I was like, I fucking right, do we go?
One of the best character creators.
But
One
I
of,
didn't
yeah.
It's
expect, to enjoy the actual game so much. Very, very cool. I like it a lot.
So yeah, I was talking about it because you say you can play up to 2 people, can you?
Yeah.
So there's a chance that I've got it downloaded. I might just jump into a couple of games.
So I believe it's you have your like computer companion, and then you could just replace them with like a co-op partner,
Yeah.
because they essentially function the same way. It's built for 2 people, so
yeah, might do a dual
It was very
Yep.
cool.
co-op stream. Anything that's not
in terms of older games, to end a saga that I think's been going since June of last year,
Yeah.
I played Pikmin 4.
oh right, nice, well
I
done.
finally played
How
Pikmin
is
4.
it?
It's fucking great. I knew it would be great. I don't know why I didn't play it. It's just Switch games, isn't it? They're hard
Yeah.
to play.
Yeah.
It's hard to get into the mindset that I'm playing a Switch game.
Yeah, I never look at it and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to play a Switch game today.
Yeah.
But the PS5 was taken. So I'm like, maybe I'll play the Switch today. I'll play Pikmin. It's fucking great. It's like a nice distillation of what made the other 3 great.
Right.
It's taken all the best ideas. It's added extra stuff. You get a dog. You can go out at night now.
Perfect. That's what
It's all great. I love it.
You love
I'm
it?
really excited to play more of it.
I'm looking forward for you to play more of it, and then for
Yeah.
me to eventually steal it and
Yeah.
then stare at it and go, it's a Switch game.
Exactly.
I feel like it's a sort of game that you would enjoy, Karis. It's that sort of, it's almost easy gaming, like it's almost cozy gaming, but you're going off and like doing a little bit of puzzling and stuff
It's
like
like
that.
a cozy RTS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have your little Pikmin and you're like, I'll send these ones off to go collect that thing, fight this, pick up the treasure. There's like timed challenges in this one where
Okay.
it's collect all of the things in this area within like 2 minutes, but there's walls to break down. There's like various places only some
like
of them
gender
can
barriers?
get. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And so it's you have to work out like the order to do things in. Like I'll leave some to break down this wall while I collect
Yeah.
the stuff over here, and then by the time I'm done there, that will be open to get
That's
these.
fun.
There's just a lot of extra content to it that the others
I'm
don't
excited.
have.
I played Tinykin a few months ago, and after playing that, I was like, I really wish I could play Pikmin.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, that's cool. Anything else, or is that your big sort of
That is
thing
my
or something?
big old game.
I've been playing quite a few games. I'm already on 5 platinums this month.
Very nice.
There's a good chance I'll be on 7 by the end of it. So just to go through those quickly rather than anything else. Life is Strange: True Colors. What a bland old game that
Yep.
was in the end. I like to say it got better. It did get better, but I just didn't care, which is a shame.
Yep.
Hello Neighbor 2, which we're not going to talk about later, even though it's this month's games on
You mean
Play,
it's
so-
not in our top 5s?
This game doesn't really have much of a story. You just plonked in and off you go. I thought it was fine, but you know, you can do it in about 2 hours.
Yep.
Helldivers 2 got the platinum on Helldivers 2.
Great game.
Because democracy deserves it.
Great game.
Not as hard as you'd expect to
No.
get as a platinum. Also, the updates they are doing on this game right now,
Makes it harder.
but it just shows they care as well. It's so good, and the community is amazing in Helldivers, and they are doing stuff to fuck up. Have you seen the stuff they're doing for people that have like been toxic? So
Yeah.
people are toxic. They're now grabbing the samples and just jumping into water to stop them from collecting. Like,
Yeah.
fuck you, dude. You get nothing now. Enjoy your
Good.
big bag of nothing.
Democracy.
Remnant 2 also got the platinum for that.
Very good.
I think it's a great game. I don't think the platinum's great. I think the game is great though, and it was good fun. I managed to do it co-op with a friend of the podcast, Average Gamer 98. I did Helldivers with him, and now I've done Remnant 2 with him. But yeah, brilliant game, great RNG. I loved the combat in it. I liked how it works. It's just been nice if it explained things a lot better.
It's how I remember feeling about the first Remnant. It's like, this game's a lot of fun if I understood it.
Well, it was like, oh, you need to get 60 trait points. It's like, oh, okay, 60 trait points. I've got 60 trait points. Why is it not popping? Oh, because you've actually got these trait points, and these aren't actual trait points. They say, oh, so you need 85 trait points. Why don't you just say, have 85 trait points. And you're like, why the fuck have you not told me this? Because I've been working to a goal, and now the goal is so much further.
That's the challenge.
It's not. It's just poorly written. Poorly written. But no, really good if you haven't. And also I did Uncharted Drake's Fortune, the first Uncharted game.
Good game.
Crushing, not good though.
Worst Uncharted, but good game. Actually, no, the Vita one's probably quite bad.
The what one? The Vita one. I've not played that one.
I haven't played it either.
But yeah, probably the worst one. But yeah, exciting.
Still very good.
I love it. I'd just like to say, he said probably the worst one in a really calm way that does not reflect the
I was so angry.
absolute fucking carnage that I have heard come from that room.
It's a real fucking 2007 game.
It was just trying to do trophies where you're like, I'm going to roll past here and goes, actually, we're going to magnet you to cover.
Yeah.
But it's not cover because you're facing them. And they're going to throw 6 grenades and you will die with 1 hit. You're like, oh, thanks, guys.
Oh, 2007. You beautiful time.
I think it's not as good as the other one just because it doesn't have the grand scale more than anything else. But
By
yeah.
2, they'd worked out to make games.
Definitely.
Very good.
So that's sort of where I've been doing small games. But let's look at, so there's been, I'd say, 3 major releases this month. However, quickly, let's have a little look at some demos. Princess Peach Showtime. Me and you both played the demo, Darren. You haven't played it yet, Karis?
No.
It's fucking great fun.
It's good fun. Side scroll. Oh, it's not side scrolling, but yeah, it is pretty
It's
much.
like, yeah.
2.5D.
2.5D. It's built like a side scroller, but sometimes breaks from that
Yeah.
to have a bit of fun with it.
And you play as Peach. It's good fun. I can see why people are liking it.
Yeah, I can see it being very fun and cozy in sort of a Kirby way.
Yes.
Like, there's not a whole lot of challenge to it, but you can just sit, it's bright, it's colourful, it's fun.
It's your
Enjoy it.
typical Nintendo
Sounds nice.
fun.
I'll pick it up.
And the other one, Unicorn Overlord.
Unicorn
which
Overlord. That game's fucking great.
I had to delete after playing an hour of the demo, even though you're allowed 7 hours, because I knew if I spent any more time, I'd be buying it and doing it forever.
Sorry,
Unicorn Overlord is not what you expect it to be.
what is it?
Fucking hell. Okay, so it's a strategy game built like the old style of game. It's built after a game called Ogre Battle, and it's basically like an RTS, like not RTS, sorry. It's like a Fire Emblem style thing, but everyone sort of moves at the same time. So rather than being strictly turn-based, you sort of move in this direction. People might move into you and you fight them, and you just have like an overall thing to...
Anime military strategy game.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and the idea is you're like a prince from a kingdom that's been taken over in a coup, and you're going back to
You
like...
go back to get what is yours. But it's surprisingly in-depth, surprisingly fun, and surprisingly good. I was like, oh wow, this
It's amazing, yeah.
But those are 2 smaller games that came out that we haven't played much of, but good fun. And the 3 big games. Darren, you can go first. As
Cool.
you
I played a game from February.
Yeah, but it came out after we recorded the last
It
Freeplays
did.
one.
I've played the next part of Final Fantasy VII. It's called Rebirth. It's fucking great. This
Game of the year?
game of the year so far, easily.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I've played like 2 games. But I put 16 at the top of my game of the year list last year. And as time goes on, I look back on 16 and I don't know if it still sits up there. It's still very, very good, but it's clear it's... After playing 7, I have more problems with 16.
Right.
Because 7 is just so much fun. It's just so light, even though the story is very serious, and
And Cloud's a moody boy.
Cloud is a moody boy. But it's just so much fun. There's so much like interaction between the party, so much weird stuff going on. Like, there's a chapter in this game where you just hang out at the beach, and that's the entire chapter. You walk around in 2 different parties playing mini games on the beach.
Beautiful.
One of them is like a setup of the card game that's in Final Fantasy. It's called Queen's Blood.
Right.
It's a very weird card game.
Okay.
I love it.
Okay.
But you have that. You have like a shooting gallery. You have Red 13, who's like a mutant dog thing. You play as him in a Rocket League clone, which is 4-player all-v-all Rocket League.
That's
where
great
you
stuff.
play as a dog against other dogs.
What the fuck?
But that's the entire chapter. You just fuck around on the beach.
Are there chocobo races in this as well?
I think so. I'm
Yeah.
not that far
No.
yet.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But I've just got like an amusement park as well, and I can see that's about to be a lot of walking around fucking about. There's like a Virtua Fighter clone where they put them in their PS1 era graphics.
Oh,
and it's like
fun.
a side fighter thing. But it's just so joyous. There's so much to do as well. It puts you in like open world areas where there's a lot of shit to go and do.
What sort of games would you liken it to?
In terms of
like how it plays or that sort of rather?
So it plays very similar to like the other ones.
Right.
So like the Final Fantasy VII Remake, like 16, it's got that sort of light, airy combat. It's a bit more light than 16 is because it goes back to something to liken it to, but it's a lot more active than this. Is it has sort of the Kingdom Hearts thing where you have like the little menu in the corner as well to like flick through, pick your spells, pick your abilities, and it will pause the game while you go through the menu, and then you can also just attack.
Right.
But it has very like, I want to call it Ubisoft-esque, but I don't think it's quite that bad. I likened it to how the Witcher map works,
right?
Where there's like little sort of contained events to do. There's like little combat sections. There's Moogle houses where you have to wrangle Moogles back to their house,
obviously,
and they like cast spells at you.
What's a Moogle?
Moogles are like little. I can't think of quite how to describe them. They're very ubiquitous in the Final Fantasy world. They're little flying, fluffy creatures with balls on their head, and they say Kupo.
I was doing it more for Karis because I think you're like a Moogle.
They're very sweet.
I will, but I just enjoyed the absolute shit-eating grin that you have on your face.
I don't know quite how to describe a Moogle, but they're very sweet. But it's great fun. It's moving along at quite a pace. The only problem I had with it to begin with was it does throw a lot of stuff at you very quickly, and then that is a Moogle.
Oh,
they're
that's
very
really
sweet.
Cute.
It throws a lot of stuff at you immediately, and then refuses to stop throwing stuff at you, even though you're trying to work out what the fuck's happening.
That sounds about right. It's just because of the size of the game, isn't it?
Yeah. So the first bit of the story, you do the first chapter entirely in the first city of Calm. It lets you out.
Yeah.
And then goes, right, your objective is about 20 miles that way.
Best of luck.
Have fun. And then as you start walking, you like encounter something on the way. You encounter like a chocobo ranch on the way, so you unlock chocobos. You unlock the side quests and stuff because
chocobos are giant birds.
They are giant birds.
Nice.
And there's different chocobos per area.
Nice.
Different coloured ones?
Yep. So you unlock like a grey one in the second area that can climb up mountains, so it allows you to get to new areas.
Does this seem quite daunting to you so far, Karis?
Don't get me wrong, I love it. It's a fucking daunting game.
I feel like this is the same feeling I get when people try to give me verbal instructions for board games.
Yeah.
Where it's like, you've said a lot, none of it is sitting in my brain.
To be fair, that's quite like a good kind on it. It just keeps throwing shit at you.
Okay.
Like the card game is introduced by you open your hotel door in Calm, and there's a deck on the back of the door.
Right.
And there's a note in it that goes, enjoy playing Queen's Blood. And then it goes, do you want the tutorial? Go play people at Queen's Blood. You're like, what? And then you like get
we heard you like Gwent. Would you like something more complex?
Yeah, it's like, do you want to know about weapon upgrades? You go, because you're walking around town, you go to the weapon shop and they tell you about weapon upgrades. And you go to the bookshelf and they tell you about like skill upgrades. And it just layers shit on.
That's fun.
But it's a great game. It's a lot of fun. It is very daunting, as you say, but I love going through it. It's a nice mix of open world areas and narratively sort of railroaded areas. But
so is it better than, you'd say, the other Final Fantasy VII?
yeah. The other one has the problem where it feels like it's dragging. Because it's 4 hours of game stretched out into however long that fucking game is. But there are sections in the original that took like a minute, and they are now full multiple hour chapters of you just fucking around in that bit. This probably has the same. I haven't played this bit of the original, so I don't know. But it feels a lot less like it's dragging. It feels more like it's purposeful, it's going forward. It keeps throwing random mini games at you, and they're all amazing. There's a piano mini game. It plays like the ukulele sections in Cheer, and it's fucking hard.
All I've heard about this game is everyone who's bought it has loved it, and they've put hours in it. But it's going to be a mammoth attempt to try and get a platinum in there.
200 hours.
200 hours for a platinum. It's just going to be a big old game.
Yeah, I look forward to it.
Looks great. The other two releases then, both games I've only, bear in mind, we're recording this on a Sunday. The games both came out on a Friday, and since then I've also had to spend a night streaming and work a day.
Yeah.
So I've not had a lot of time with these games, but I've managed to put in probably about 6 hours on both.
Yep. Good
because,
stuff.
you know, I work hard.
Yep.
So which
He works hard for the money.
work hard for you guys, for the listeners. What would you want to
I
hear
think you
about?
meant for us.
No, not for you two. Which one first? Rise of the Ronin or Dragon's Dogma 2?
Ronin,
right. So, Ronin, Team Ninja game that came out, was meant to be open world Team Ninja, which sounds amazing. So, Team
Sounds
Ninja
great.
is Wolong, is Neo, is a few other games.
Yeah.
But, like, I say Neo is what they're probably most known for now. Wolong is the most recent game they've had, which was I would say a slightly easier step back in combat, but more deflection based than what Neo was.
Yeah.
But I loved Wolong. Very excited for this game. You start off, you create a character, then you create a second character. So you
Exciting.
create your blade twin. So you're part of these, they call their blade twins.
Okay.
The idea is that you switch in, and you can, like, if one person is hurting, the other one who's like the AI one is more defensive, so they're recovering the
that's
stamina and
cool.
stuff, and then you switch back in, which is really
like
fun.
that.
Nice idea. So I made me and Cerys.
Cute.
Spoilers for very early in the game. You will lose contact with one half of the blade twins, so you will choose who to continue the story
Okay.
with.
So you kept playing as Karis, right?
So I kept playing as me.
Oh.
But
Fuck me, right?
like Cerys. But so you go into the game, and then it opens up massively. You get like a mission, you then go into the actual open world. So there's a prologue, and then there's an open world bit. The combat allows you to choose between four different sort of weapon things that you'll be better with. So you got ones which you'll go better with your katanas and your dachis, and then you got other ones which are like dual blades, and you got ones that are better with like your guns and stuff, and you can choose which one you want to do. It's like killer, brutalist, this sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then you then get stances that you do later on, which are better against certain sword types.
Yeah.
And it's very much you go around, you fight things, you grab tons of loot, you dress yourself however you want to, and go on that way. The world is big, it is open world. You do like you unlock areas not by climbing viewpoints as such. You've got areas which are lanterns that you light,
Cool.
but also you do these sort of like missions that are protectorate missions, where it's like, this place has been taken over by 5 bad guys, and there's also a bad guy on top. And you can do stuff and fight them. The combat isn't as good as I want it to be. I'm a little disappointed. I want it to be more crunchy. I don't know how to
Yeah.
describe it. You know, like a Team
Yeah.
Ninja. I want that. I either want it to be real Wolong, where I'm like doing lots of deflects, or this thing. But this one's a lot of squares on everything.
Yeah.
Square your way through it. You do triangles to like break things as they're coming towards you, and it's all to do with your chi. Which if you finish a fight and press R1, you like clean your blade, and your chi recovers.
Nice.
So there's
Right.
little bits which are nice. I think a lot of people have hated on this combat more than they should do. I think it's going to get more complex and more difficult as we go on.
Yeah.
Very excited. Again, collectibles, different times of day to get stuff. Like at night time, you can find certain bad guys, but you can't find them in the day.
Yeah.
So you get a pocket watch later. But I haven't got that far.
Okay.
But it's starting to feel a little bit more. Feel very Ghost of Tsushima. I see like people going, "This is Ghost of Tsushima at home," but it's got a bit more of a Yakuza feel than say an Assassin's Creed feel. It's how I
Yeah.
look at it.
It's like the game in Japan made by. Is Sucker Punch American? I assume
Sucker
so.
Punch, I think, is American. Yeah.
And then Japan game made by
Japan.
Japanese company.
I think
Leans more Yakuza.
I think the issue here is they've gone. This could be a Ghost of Tsushima game,
Yeah.
and they've gone. This could be just another Team Ninja game, and they have gone. I'm going to toe both lines very carefully and not made
Sort of
either
dead in the
quite
middle.
right.
Right.
I think a lot of people are going to really like this game. I'm enjoying this game. I reckon this is of the two games. I'm probably going to complete this one first, just for size. I think it's
Yeah.
only a 50-hour platinum.
Yeah.
But I could see myself going, right, I'm just going to spend. Here I'm jumping in, 10-hour session, not a problem. Knock out a bunch of stuff, move on. And it's got a bunch of cat collectibles where you stroke
Oh,
cats.
perfect.
That's all you need.
I was wondering when you were going to bring the cats up, because that was one of the first things he said. He was like, "Oh, there's cats, there's loads of cats."
There was like a little calico that was sleeping, and you have
cute.
to crouch up on it because if you startle it, it runs away, and you have to wait for you to be able to collect that cat again. But all the collectibles show up on the map, which is something
Beautiful.
I'd like, but I don't like the fact that they just go, "Hey, here are all the collectibles." You're like,
Yeah.
Okay,
I like it if they show up when you like near them.
near them. That's it. Yeah.
It's one of those games where I've seen the reviews came out and they were middling for game reviews, but not actually that middling. It's one of those ones where it came out, it averaged a 76%, and everyone went, "Oh shit!" Then it's like, no, 76% is good. Everyone,
It's the thing. That's the problem is they've gone. This is a good game, but it's not the game we want.
and then everyone you see talking about it, it's like, yeah, I'm really enjoying it.
I haven't had a bad moment in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's one of those where like the reviews are middling, but you'll have a good time. It's just not reinventing the wheel in any way.
No, well, I mean,
and that's fine.
what it's got, which is fun, is there are like set missions that you have some partners come in, but you can also call in friends who are playing the
Oh,
game,
cool.
and they can do that mission with you as a
like
duo as well. So you've got there's that little bit which I thought was fun.
That's really cool.
Dragon's Dogma 2
Yes.
Now this everyone was ready to shit over, and a lot of people complained about the frame rates. PS5, I haven't noticed a single issue
Cool.
with it. Performance-wise, working fine. Fuck me, this is an intimidating game to go into. It's massive. It starts off. I'm pretty sure the opening cutscene is showing the Arisen from Dragon's Dogma 1.
Cool.
Like, from a first-person perspective, so you don't see anything. But
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're like, hey, this is what happens to that old Arisen. You're the new Arisen. And then you wake up, and you're in a pawn camp. So
Nice.
Dragon's Dogma has this thing called pawns, where you... they're basically party members. They're AI party members. Because this is a big open-world RPG. But, hey, wouldn't it be fun if you could bring along a party with you to help... And you get a set pawn that comes with you that you make. But you wake up and they think you're just a pawn. And you're in a camp in a mine just doing mining work. And essentially, you're in a slave labour camp that they're using these pawns because the pawns don't have an arisen that they're meant to be working for at the moment. So they're just mindless beings being just demanded to do stuff. Then you fight something, jump out, escape. They work out you're the arisen. You make your first pawn from a portal. And then you can go in and grab other people's pawns to help you in your party, and they can then point things out. So that's what's cool. You make a pawn, you can grab other people's, you can grab AI ones that Capcom have. They're like these rifts that you can open up to do it. Or you could just bump into them on the road. Like, they could be fighting something, you help them, they go, I knew the Arisen would have heard of my work. You want to hire me? And you're like, no, fuck off, I don't trust you. And off you go. But you can have a party of 4. I've got one of each type that you can get at the moment. Vocations.
Cool.
Which is what it's called. And you go off and you do that. Character creation in this is insane. I showed Cerys the character creation in this. You can be human or beastin, the 2 types, male, female, and it is in depth. Like, the fact that you're able to work on the posture, the elbow gait, the knee gait, how they walk, where they're bending. Rise of the Ronin's character creation, also fucking insane.
Fair.
So, 2 great games for character creation. But yeah, you go off, you're expanding this entire world. It is huge. Just go off to what you want to do. Quest-wise, there are time-related things, so you don't accept, like in Skyrim, you go, I will take every one of your quests, like, you must help me, it's urgent, and you go, I'll get to it in 6 years' time, and off you go. In this one, they go, I need it, it's urgent, and you go, I'll get to it in 6 years' time, you come back, that person's dead. You're like, I should have helped you when I had the chance.
Urgent, right.
I understand the word now, yeah. Climbing, fighting, stabbing. You can grab enemies so they get injured. You can pick them up and throw them. Like, I've yeeted a bunch of goblins off the edge of cliffs.
Good.
Killing them like, you fucker.
Yeeted.
Oh, so I was climbing up somewhere. They were trying to throw barrels that were exploding on me to, like, ambush me. I ran past them, leaving my party down there. And I saw them up there and I went, you can go down and fight with the rest of them. Like, fuck you guys. Get down. But I've had a lot of fun just running around. I can see a lot of people going, oh, this is a lot. There's one thing in there I would say that is confusing. Okay. There's a lot of confusing things in here, but the biggest confusion is there are exclamation marks that show up on the map. And anyone who's seen any map goes, oh, a quest.
A quest, yeah.
No.
Okay.
Your pawn has spotted something that is of interest.
Okay.
As in, here's a ladder I've seen. Because the pawns fucking love a ladder. You come in and they go, oh, there's a ladder over here, but Arisen. Oh, the master, look at the ladder. Oh, there's a ladder here. They love ladders, bridges, anything like that. They will mark them. They really do. But what's fun, the pawns also will interact and talk amongst themselves. At one point, they went, have you noticed we're all of different vocations? Like, yes. My strength will be your weakness. Yes, better to be a jack. Better not to be a jack of all trades and a master of none. You're like, oh, that's a fun interaction. Yeah. I've seen someone they've only hired men in their party, and one of them goes, "Have you noticed we're all men? Maybe it speaks of the Arisen's preference." Just called him out for being gay, apparently, and
That's
he's like,
fine.
"Well, fuck me then." But yeah, it's really good fun. I can't wait to go in there and just find more of the story. This is looking to be a mammoth game. Bearing in mind there is no trophy guides online at the moment.
Yeah.
And I know there's a couple of people I follow who make stuff. There's one person who had a code for it. He's already got 80 hours into the games on New Game Plus Plus, and he's not got the full achievements. So, but I'm getting the feel of this like I did when I had Skyrim or I had The Witcher or something like that, where I can go off, do whatever I want to do, and have lots of fun. And if I fuck up, I don't care. This I will probably go back in for New Game Plus and New Game Plus Plus and just keep going into it.
I'm like, I'll probably pick it up. I wasn't hugely into it just because it sounded like it was going to make a lot of decisions that would end up annoying me. But I kind of respect they just made the game they wanted to make.
Oh,
Yeah.
Also,
They're like, this is exactly what we wanted to make, and if it's too like hard or problematic, like confusing for you, get fucked, don't play it.
I know a lot of people are angry about fast travel. There is sort of fast travel in there, like there's ox carts you can get on that will take you from town to town, and they sometimes get attacked. And there are also, you get these crystals called Fey runes, I believe they're called,
Yeah.
which allow you to port to these. There's set locations on the map, but you can also get port keys that you can sort of like leave down, which you can then Fey move to them. But they are limited resource. It's not like continual resource. So
Yeah.
it's, as and when. So they've made it so you can do it, but you know what it's going to cost you.
Yeah.
So only fast travel if you need to. And let's be honest, this world is massive. You're going to keep finding more and more shit that you weren't expecting. So go for it. But that's what's this month. I can't wait to talk more about them next month.
I know.
And go good or bad, or I'll have more of an idea. But yeah, that was a lot. I do apologise. Should we move into PS Plus?
Let's do it.
Good or bad this month?
Perfectly fine.
Yeah, it was alright.
Top heavy.
I would say, yeah, very top heavy, weaker bottom half. Compared to the rest of this year, it's a bad month.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's a very good top end, but I do like there to occasionally be like here's this random game in the bottom that you've never heard of, but is like amazing.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's lacking those.
It's like
but it's still like I think it's strong off the base of what it's delivered on that top end.
top 4, big, and then I think the rest of it is a bit,
Yeah,
in my
it's
opinion.
fine.
Yeah.
Yes, well, actually, the next one's like, okay, and then there's some really ones in there. But yeah, so should we have a little look at what we're each championing
do
then
it.
for the next month?
Yes.
Who wants to go first? Should we go with Cerys? You can go first.
All right. So, in a shock to no one, I'm going for Resi 3. And the reason why I'm going for it, by the way, is I'll be perfectly honest. I've been absolutely shit. And I haven't played any of the games that are on PS Plus.
I didn't know where that was going.
And I also haven't played Resident Evil 3, I'll be honest. But I do think I think a lot of people would agree with me on this. From what I've read, it's a really, really beautifully made remake, but they've cut a lot of stuff out of it. A lot of people why are you doing
No.
this? I've been saying this all along.
Yep.
They've cut a lot of stuff out of it. Josh quite rightly made the point, credit where credit is due, that it feels like a number 2 DLC. Are you happy? I gave him the credit for an opinion that everyone has. I would say if we were going to try it, now would be the time while it's free. I know I'll download it because I'm going to stream it anyway, so it makes sense to get it while it's free. I don't know. I'd be interested to know really if the mixed opinions are valid.
I think it's only valid because of the length of this game that people feel this way. So they cut out big things like the clock tower is gone from this section. I think the graveyard's gone from it as well. So there were like 4 big sections that they've just removed from the game. I'm not sure what their justification was for it. I'm sure they had a reason.
I think they were just trying to make a more like because original like 2 to 3 was a hop more into that sort of action focus. Which then sort of ramped up again when they got to 4.
They were trying to keep it in that sort of ilk of 2, a bit more.
Yeah, I think they were just trying to make a more streamlined sort of action game.
Yeah.
Like everyone who I've heard talk about it is like, it's only like 6 to 8 hours long,
Yeah.
but it's a fucking great 6 to 8
And
hours.
that's-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had mixed views when I've talked about it on Twitch. Mostly some people have said exactly that, like it's really short but it's really enjoyable, and then other people were seemingly massively disappointed with it, but I don't know whether that's just people having a lot of nostalgia for the original.
I think so.
I think
I'll be interested to check it out.
it's partly nostalgia, it's partly because of how well they did 2, and 2 is so faithful, and then 3 wasn't.
Yeah.
And I think it's also the price tag that came with it. The fact it was the same price as 2, but here you go.
Yeah.
Here's the DLC essentially. Yeah.
But every time I went on sale for like £8, I was like, maybe I'll buy it. Maybe I'll
Yeah.
buy it.
I'm
And then
glad
it's coming
I
here,
wait
I'm
now.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was Resident Evil 3.
Yeah.
No, good champion. Darren, what are you going for? Because I know you were between 2.
I was between 2, but I am going to champion Marvel's Midnight Suns. This is a weird game. This is a superhero game that plays like XCOM, but it's also a deck builder, but it also has like Persona-esque social link mechanics. It's fucking great. Because people I know wanted it to be more directly XCOM, because I think it's made partly by Firaxis,
Right.
I want to say, who made XCOM, like the Enemy Unknown XCOM 2. And it's sort of like that, but more in a deck building sort of way where you draw specific cards for whichever heroes you've brought in. Some of them are defense, some of them are attack, some of them are special abilities, and you just try to do the missions you've got in for. It's either defeat all the enemies or collect certain things, or you have to get to like a certain location and enemy waves will come in, and then the more you interact with your various other heroes who you can bring in, you get more cards for them. You get like co-op abilities. You
Because you also can't bring in the same one each time. Like they need a cooldown as well.
It's only if they get hurt.
Oh, okay.
So you can bring the same ones in every time if you want, but if they get injured during it, they have to like sit out for one mission.
So if you're me, you have to bring in a different person each time. Yes.
But it's good to bring them in as well because different ones work well together and different ones are good for different scenarios. So like Spider-Man's quite good for crowd control
Because he can move people around,
yeah,
can't he?
and I think you get Wolverine a bit later on, who's really good at like one-to-one combat.
Right.
I think he has a thing where like if he takes damage, he does more damage. So you put him against like a heavier enemy, and then he just beats the shit out of them. While Spider-Man's moving everyone around.
He's like a mill tank.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's great. It's a lot of fun. A lot of people had some issues with it because it's a bit corny. It's
It is. I know that's what I felt when I was playing. I was like, this is all a bit corny. I think it's the best words.
I enjoyed it though. I don't mind that like a lot of people do. I find it kind of charming.
Yeah.
And it's just got a nice sort of fun air to it.
I was concerned about the platinum length on this as well because it's not particularly clear what you need to do for it, but it seems like it was doable.
It's all fairly doable. It's like a playthrough and a bit.
Yeah.
You can do it in one, but it would take you fucking years. You're better off just starting again.
Yeah.
But it's really, I think you just have to like max out everyone's links, get everyone's cards, do all the missions, upgrade everything fully, and then you have your own character who has like a light dark scale.
Right.
And you unlock different abilities based on where you are on the scale, Infamous style.
Nice.
And there's like a trophy for max light, a trophy for max dark. And it's quicker rather than trying to go from one max to the other to just start again and go straight in one direction, whichever one you didn't do. And it takes like a few hours, but it's a lot of fun. Really good.
Cool. And the last champion game is Sifu, a game that I loved when I eventually got it. I got it 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Around then, it was like in a bunch of Christmas games I got, and it was the one I played first, and I loved it. So it's like a martial arts beat 'em up that you have to react to everyone, and you are trying to, I think it's avenge your father because of how it works. But each time you die, you go back to the beginning of that level. You learn what you're doing in those levels, but you also age. So you get older and older. So your character changes, and you get different abilities, and you can then go through those levels on speed runs, which you need to do. And honestly, it's one of the most unique games I've ever played, and I loved every minute of it. It's not very long in total. There's like 5 or 6 worlds, I think it is, you have to go through, but it's punishing.
Yeah.
It is fucking punishing. Like, you can spend like 40 attempts just trying to get through one area because you fuck up at one point that you knew you could do, but you're going to try it a different way through, use the object interactions in the world, make people throw into each other. Like, it's just... I think it's what Super Hot wanted it to be. It's not stupid, but it's not. It's just it's really well put together. It's such a good, and it's visually
It's really nice,
really impressive.
I remember you really, really loving this when you first played it. And this is why when it came up in PS Plus, I was like, oh, Josh is going to be really happy.
Well, the reason I liked when it came up in PS Plus is because on the PlayStation Plus subreddit, every month they do a prediction
They always guess
of what's going to come up. And everyone, every month, guesses Sifu.
Yeah.
Every single time, they're like, this game, Sifu. This game, Sifu. Every time. And when it got announced, it was like they'd won the lottery. Everyone was like, Sifu! We did it!
This is the thing as well. I've just looked at it. It's got over 150 unique attacks the way it works
Yeah.
because of how you change things together. Because it's based on Bakame Kung Fu. But like they've put a lot of love into making sure it feels... These are the same people who did... what was the name of that game? Not Awoken? I can't remember what it was called. Because it was another like martial arts game that just didn't quite work. I'm trying to remember what it's called now. But
Was it before or after this?
Before this.
So like they then nailed it with...
Absolver.
Oh, okay. I have heard of that.
Yeah, it didn't quite land, but this...
I think that was also a PS Plus game.
It was, which is why I played it. I was like, I can see there's something here. And then they brought this out and I was like...
the something.
This is what it was. Honestly, superb game. Easy one to sleep on. Shouldn't sleep on it. Make sure you add it to your library. Make sure you give it a go. You may not vibe with it immediately, but you'll get it. You'll get why people love it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Should we have a little look at our top 5 then?
Let's do it.
So this was a weird month. Most of us, we were sort of like similar vibes across all of our top fives. And I'd say top 4 was very much clear cut. The rest wasn't. But let's have a look at our 5th game, the one that squeaked in there. Is Lego DC Supervillains.
I've heard this is one of the better Lego games.
It is one of the better Lego games. It's got a really fun character creator at the beginning as well. You make yourself into a little villain, and then you go off. It's not even classic Lego. It's a bit different. They've tried to do something more fun with this, like do something in its own vein. But yeah, you get to meet with all the like Lego DC supervillains and go off, and you're trying to be a bad guy.
What you want a Lego game to be? It's just good fun.
Stupid fun.
Good silly fun.
But it's a Lego game, so it was going to make it on there. And to be honest, the rest of the list, there was a quite clear margin between this and something else. Coming in at number 4 is Resident Evil 3,
Cool.
which we've already talked about.
Yep.
Coming in at number 3 is Ace Attorney Trilogy.
Fuck yeah.
Phoenix Wright Trilogy, isn't
the
it?
greatest fucking visual novel the world's ever seen.
I've never played it, but I've constantly wanted to buy it. Going, no, I'll wait. It'll be on PS Plus at some point, and here it is.
This will be the third separate console I've owned this game on. This trilogy of games.
Do you want to hear what it is, Gareth?
So,
Yes.
you are Phoenix Wright, who is a defense lawyer, and early on you gain a partner who is a young girl called Maya, who is the little sister of your old boss, who, spoilers, in the second case is murdered. And she has this little magatama that can like sense people's emotions, so she can tell like if people are being a bit shady. But it's split into 2 halves, where in one you go around like crime scenes and you interview people and you collect evidence, and then the other half of it is the courtroom, where you then have to like cross-examine people's cases, and you can say like, you're lying because either you said this or I have this piece of evidence that...
It's anime CSI.
It is.
I kind of love that.
Yeah.
I kind of love that.
But
I love CSI.
It does take a lot of thinking. The first game is exceptional. I am less fond of the other 2 because they get a bit more convoluted.
Okay.
There's more like leaps in logic where I had a few instances where I'd be reading it and I'm like, I don't see what the hole is here, and then you Google it and it's like, that.
Yeah.
You mean I meant to remember like this 1 pixel from 3 locations ago?
Oh, yeah,
in
now
case
see,
this person's lying.
That right there would fuck me up because I'm not observant enough for that.
But
no way.
the very first case is like someone is murdered with a clock, and it goes off at a certain time, and the piece
With a clock,
with
is
a
it?
clock. Yeah.
He's clonked on the head with a clock.
Yeah,
isn't
it's
he?
shaped
You mean like a hammer gesture?
Yeah, it's essentially shaped like an Oscar statue. Essentially,
Yeah.
It's got like a statue of the Thinker on top. It's like a little clock base.
Yeah,
And
Josh.
the thing that
I
tells
thought you were miming clock, which was like that. I would never have guessed that in charades.
But the way it's eventually like worked out, they try to claim that this guy didn't do it because he has an alibi for the time on the clock.
Right.
But it was sent to the accused, like the defendant, from another country. So the time difference indicates why it's that time was actually the time that he was murdered.
Right.
It's picking up shit like that.
Okay.
But the first ones get really, really good. And then as it goes on, it's still very good, but it gets a bit more... There are leaps in logic you just have to entertain.
Yeah.
But it is very, very good.
So that was number 3. Number 2 is Midnight Suns,
Yeah.
Marvel's Midnight Suns, and then number 1 is Sifu.
Strong.
There's a strong top 4,
Yeah.
and 5 is okay.
And 5.
Yeah.
Better than, I suppose, the other stuff we were looking on the list that sort of sat around the bottom, like some sports games and
Yeah.
some other remakes and things like that.
I'll
But, you know,
play him.
yeah, I mean, it'll happen. I mean, I was like, do I download F1 23? And then it was like, hey, do you have 100 gigs spare? I went, fuck you there. That isn't happening. But yeah, that's the end of everything that happened in March. So the only question left to ask, is there anything in April or coming up in March that you're excited for?
Motherfucking Stellar Blade.
Is Stellar Blade,
Stellar Blade.
Stellar Blade the one you're most looking forward to, would you
Yeah,
say?
it's a combination of... I'm probably going to pick up or get gifted Unicorn Overlord.
Right.
So I will hopefully have some of that to be able to talk about. Stellar Blade's coming out, and then just for myself, random PS Plus indie title Iodine Chronicle is getting its sequel.
Oh,
Comes
okay.
out next month, and I'm fucking hyped for that.
That's cool. Anything for you, Karis? Is it basically just maybe the South Park game?
Maybe the
potentially?
South Park game, maybe. Maybe I'd give the
Princess Peach thing
game a go. Yeah.
That'd be a good show. I was going to say, there's not really much else. I think what you said, Cellblade there, but maybe Grounded, because it's coming to PS5 from Xbox, isn't it? Next month. So that might be something to keep an eye on.
And also maybe I buy one of like the 7 digital-only games I keep looking at.
Which are?
The only ones I can look at is Ultros, which is a new Metroidvania.
Cool. Yeah.
And Hi-Fi Rush just came out, and I might pick that up.
Please. I mean, I might be buying it anyway because I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it, and now I can potentially get the platinum on it, and I'll be like, yeah, there's an excuse to play it again.
Yeah.
But yeah, so exciting for next month. Let's see if there's any more news, but that's the end of today's episode. So thank you all for being our player 4s. If you have enjoyed this, do check us out on Instagram at discountpod. That's with 2 C's. There's also Discount Josh, Discount Darren, Discount Cerys. We also do Twitch 3 times a week on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays. Wednesdays tend to be our episode games, the ones we discuss, and then Mondays, Fridays and the other Wednesdays are our legacy games. Legacy games, which we got Resident Evil, Souls and Kingdom Hearts going on, so do check that out. And if you've missed anything, check it out on YouTube. Everything is Discount Pod, 2 C's.
That's us.
That's us. But yeah, thank you all for being our player 4s. We'll catch you all next time. Bye.